You know what? Even if you were going to be sarcastic and ironic, I think you should still act as though it was personal, or the lead is kind of yeah, so let's just...
Okay, so what checks stream on upper. I'm audible. Hello, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
You know, because I wanted to put him down here, basically, right? And use that example.
I'll just want to get more about that. But audio input capture. Okay, fuck it, I guess.
Yeah, so let's just...
Yeah, any of those?
So what you say was,
I just went live, man. What are you doing already in chat?
You know, because I wanted to put him down here, basically. Right.
So let's begin. Yes. Yeah, bad. I mean, if you are done studying, then sure, man. I don't know. I had some random game, decided to play it. Also stream it. Don't know what it is about. So if it's something not good, then don't blame me.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number...
Wait. Audio. Where is closed captions? Yeah. Or subtitles only. Anyway. Sense is way too high. Options, keyboard, mouse sensitivity. Wait, what the fuck? Am I increasing it or decreasing it? Jesus. No, now what did I do? Options, fucking train. I guess this one's fine.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Meeting room. The fuck are you laughing for?
Oh, please. Are you really just doing this for the achievement? Click a door 5 times. Is that all that you think an achievement is worth? No. I can't just give these merits away for such little effort. A measly 5 clicks.
How much do
Now
you
suppose
want?
you were to click
100?
the door 20 times. I would say that's the kind of effort that warrants recognition.
Okay, I'll do it 20 times.
I have to say, I'm still not feeling the satisfaction of witnessing true effort for a noble cause.
Motherfucker.
Perhaps 50 clicks will do it. Yes, almost certainly 50 clicks.
My lord. Alright, 50 it is. This nigger. Oh shit, I shouldn't have said that on stream.
No, I'm still not feeling it. I want this achievement to have meant something. It has to be a true reward for valiant effort. I want to see some hustle, Stanley. I want to see commitment, a willingness to go all the way, no matter what the cost. Why don't you go put 20 clicks into door number 417?
417. Jesus. Okay. I can't run. This is my only speed. What is this? He said 417, right? Or 427. Fuck. 417. Wait, what? 25, 26. 20. I'm so confused.
Oh, great. Now, go click a few times on door 437.
What? Is this game supposed to just piss me off? Oh, shit, what is 437 now? 329. Where's 437? Oh.
Excellent. I think we're getting somewhere. Now, door 415. Let's give it 10 clicks or so.
Mother. Yo. This guy. 415. Past this. 416, 415.
Now, back to door number 437.
What should I do as he says? 437. Now fuck this, break the matrix.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Then I'll go right.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he
Let me
wanted to
out.
stop by the employee lounge first,
Let me
just to
out.
admire it.
Fucking hell. 446, 446, 447. Break the fucking glass, no. Dude. Oh, wait, what? Open. No. Alright.
Yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate,
I gotta
beautifully
choose.
constructed
I can
room.
crouch.
Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
Dude, what? My crouch is so down. This is how 4-foot people must feel like.
Yes, really
Don't
worth it being here in the room. A room,
Yeah,
but
okay.
eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
I won't do it. Oh. Nah, I'm not doing this shit.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't 5 years ago.
Yo, he's roasting my ass. Hell no. What am I gonna
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here.
Yeah.
I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her.
fuck?
This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your work aside. To let her back into your life.
Hell.
She's been waiting.
Right, dumb. Wait, did I close that? I closed that. Dude, even I'm surprised, dog. Chill out. Don't be like that. fuck?
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this, to reach out to her. If you can truly place your faith in another,
This is a fucking
then
horror
pick
game.
up the phone.
Alright, let's pick up. Let's see. What? Why is it so bright? The fuck? More rooms.
Oh, Stanley, is that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven.
The fuck?
All right. Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your day.
Yo. Oh, hell no.
Gotcha.
Fuck.
Oh, come on.
Let me out.
Did you actually think you had a loving wife who'd want to commit their life to you?
Bruh.
I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here.
What the fuck is this fucking horror game? Bitch.
This is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley.
Death? Good morning, employee 427. Please stay on your keyboard.
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of
This
the
thing is so
inconsequential
creepy.
nature of his
Not even gonna
existence.
look that. Press 3.
Look at him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told to do. Now he's pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life.
I ain't pressing a button, fuck off. But I can't do anything else. Okay. Just don't do anything.
But in his mind, in his mind he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful. And each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him.
And to watch TV. Is this the TV?
And so he began to fantasize about his own job. First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth. The thought excited him terribly.
Spend time with the boys. Yes, sir.
So he went further. He imagined that he came to two open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold.
What do you mean prepare dinner?
As he wandered through this fantasy
There is
world,
no fucking
he began to
kitchen
fill it
here.
with many possible paths
What do you
and
mean prepare
destinations. Down one path lay an enormous round room
this where I
with
hung out with
monitors
the
and
boys
mind
too?
controls. And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions. And down another was a game with a baby. And he called it the Stanley Parable.
Okay. My brother.
It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head,
Press escape.
he
Started
relived
with-
it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time.
The fuck? Ah, hell no. Get me out of here. Anything else can you press? No, no, not Z. Help! You can't jump. Achievement unlocked. Wow. Help! No! Come on. There has to be an alternative. Go under the desk. No. Fuck this, I had to
But there is no answer. How could there possibly be?
What?
In reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed. The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets, the more he forgets which life is the real one.
guess let's just forget it. Go to sleep.
And I'm trying to tell him this, that in this world he can never be anything but an observer, that as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it.
Oh wait, I'm seeing this shit now. The stream. God damn. Oh no. Display monitor. Filtering. How did I do that? Properties. Capture method. Okay. How do I set this up though? Okay. I think it's scale filtering, but transform order. Add no. Window projector source, I guess. No. Transform. No. I'm watching the stream right now and it's not good. What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? If I add a game capture and a specific window, Stanley Parable, okay. Now what? Does it work? No. The fuck? Okay, wait a second. Options, video. Borderless windowed, full screen. See? Okay. Right now, I can do this. Oh. Wait, game capture works now. Okay. So I'll just remove this. Yes. And then should work now. How do I increase the size? Add scale filtering, transform. No man, the fuck. Match title. Of same type. Oh great. I mean, savings. Okay. Why can't I increase the size? Whoops. Stream failed. Transform. Wait a minute. Oh my god, lock preview or no. Canvas. Yeah. Wait, what? Scale to window. No. Alright, so now if I just do this. And there it is. Let me see. There's stream delay. Oh, just a tad bit more, huh? So much. This much more. Yeah. Yeah, this one's good now. I can just go back to the key. And video. For screen, maybe. Hopefully it doesn't fuck it up. Okay. Alright. Let's go. I hope you can hear one.
You see? Can he just not hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself?
Get me the fuck out.
I suppose I can't. Not in the way I want him to.
But I'm back.
But I don't make the rules. I
in the
simply
room.
play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time. And I tried again.
Please die.
And Stanley pushed a button. And I tried again. And Stanley pushed a button. And I
pushed a button. Hey. Wait, I just restarted. Man, I could have done that myself. Oh. Wait,
But
what?
Stanley simply couldn't handle the pressure. What if he had to make a decision? What if a crucial outcome fell under his responsibility? He had never been trained for that. No. This couldn't go anywhere except badly. The thing to do now, Stanley thought to himself, is to wait. Nothing will hurt me. Nothing will break me. In here I can be happy forever. I will be happy. Stanley waited. Hours passed, then days. Had years gone by? He no longer had the ability to tell. But the one thing he knew for sure, beyond any doubt, was that if he waited long enough, the answers would come. Eventually, someday, they would arrive. Soon, very soon now, this will end. He will be spoken to. He will be told what to do. Now it's just a little bit closer. Now it's even closer.
What?
Here it comes.
Oh.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
There's nobody. Erase me.
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
Okay, so I just keep going forward. I hate Mondays. Same brother. Alright. No. 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 No.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
I enter the door on my left. Okay. No.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
His boss's office, hoping he might find an answer over there. How to solve a dispute. Using slides to assure employees that everything is okay. Make sure your slide has a slick blue graphic in the header. Let me read. You, most of all. Okay, next. Where's the projector? Oh. Number of slides. Slides on my charts and slides. Same. Oh. Target demographic teenagers. What is hot? Some more secondary research, colored in segment, stock market. The fuck is this analogy about? Stock market. Grabs money. Something in the ideas. Bin. Press bin over here. Bin. Do not alter without consulting whiteboard manager. Alright. Can I erase this? Alright, let's go. No. This broom closet.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
Not yet.
There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow, just an empty broom closet. No reason to still be here.
I still don't believe you.
It was baffling that Stanley was still just sitting in the broom closet. He wasn't even doing anything. At least if there was something to interact with, he'd be justified in some way. As it is, he's literally just standing there doing sweet FA. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Should I go downstairs? Okay, yeah. Let's go. Locked. Why is this office so good? Bathroom. No stones, anything.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course,
If the gamma field of vision. This much is fine. Advanced. The gamma radiation, whatever. Should be tailored. It's dark. It's dark in here. Okay.
Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
Good. I forgot the password. Oh, the field of vision, man. Okay, let's go.
Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs. Trying to input anything on the device was useless, since he could never possibly know that the combination was 2845.
But where is the... What?
2845.
I know, but where? Oh. 2, 8, 5.
Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Yeah. Okay. Something else here. Suspicious as fuck. It's dark as fuck. Whoops. Alright, loading. Loading. Load in.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Answered for long. More like Kaiser. There's no torch in this game.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Escape. I mean, would they even write something like that on something next to something like that? This feels like a trap, man. Fuck. This is a trap, by the way. I'm just letting you guys know.
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death. But of course, Stanley thought better of it and realized he simply had too much to live for.
Oh, no. That is better than
Nope,
being
still on board with death?
No, going back. Guessing your dialogue, no. On board with death. How do I die? End of this hall. Is there an end to this hall?
The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
And so he did. And so did Stanley. So did he. Let's see if he has any other dialogue I can come on. He did. Okay, let's go. Fuck this. If it's a death I meet, then go guns blazing. Let's go guns blazing, Stanley. We ain't gonna be mind controlled. You can escape the matrix.
At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
Whoops. Alright. Let's go, die! Yay! It was actually the death hole. Crazy. Oh wait, it's loading though.
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. So he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
That happened. Yo. Okay. The Stanley parable. I still cannot see anything.
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever.
Oh wait.
What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish?
What? Stanley parable. I'm in heaven. I'm in heaven.
When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless,
this?
making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
Was I? Oh, was I? Small building. 2 doors. Where I go left. And then there's nothing. This 1, 2, 3, the office. 1, 2, 3, 4. Buttons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Credits. Wait, did I finish the fucking game? Huh? Maintenance. What is this? Warzone. Cycle. Wait. Stanley went in the battlefield fighting aliens. The fuck? Ah. Cool. Okay. Point of Stanley parable is to lose. Point of Stanley parable is to win. Maybe it's the same. Mage was a clock there before. We don't remember. Check for me. Clock wasn't there. Alright, let me see. More endings, fewer endings. More narratives, fewer narratives. More Stanley, less Stanley. Alright. Let's go right. What is all this place? That's the telephone that I pick up. It's a fucking maze. Exit. Room elevator. Exit.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free.
Off.
Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another? No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen. But listen to me. You can still save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now and it'll be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time choose for you. Don't let time...
Okay. What if I still go to the... Wait, what? It's not loading or anything. What now? Am I just crushed? Let's think, yeah, begin. Alright, let's see. Clock is here. Now let's...
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Perhaps.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
I'm gonna keep moving. I don't want
Yet
to
there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Well, that should get in. Fire hose.
But Stanley just couldn't do it.
Take the
He
core
considered the
in.
possibility of facing his boss. Admitting he had left his post during work hours, he might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all. None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming, he yelled. This is all a dream. Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground.
What?
Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking?
Yeah.
Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine. I am okay.
Okay. Am I? Nope.
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black.
Oops.
This is the story of a woman named Mariella. Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy, this much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day. The very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this. So it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
Brother, the fuck? Send me hospital. I just died. What if
Oh, please. Are you really just doing this for the achievement? Click a door 5 times. Is that all that you think an achievement is worth? No. I can't just give these merits away for such little effort. A measly 5 clicks.
Thank you for contacting
Now
the
suppose
Future
you were to
Happiness
click the door
Foundation.
20 times.
We are confirming
I
your
would say
shipment of
that's the kind of effort that warrants
1,327
recognition.
cardboard boxes to your place of work.
That
Can you
phone is
verify
ringing
that this is
before.
correct?
That-
Excellent. Your order will arrive shortly. Thank you again for contacting the Future Happiness Foundation.
Fax machine.
I have to say I'm still not feeling the satisfaction of witnessing true effort for a noble cause. Perhaps 50 clicks will do it. Yes, almost certainly 50 clicks.
I'm spamming the hell out of my mouse. 50 clicks.
No, I'm still not feeling it. I want this achievement to have meant something. It has to be a true reward for valiant effort. I want to see some hustle, Stanley. I want to see commitment, a willingness to go all the way, no matter what the cost. Why don't you go put 20 clicks into door number 417? Oh, great. Now, go click a few times on door 437. Excellent! I think we're getting somewhere. Now, door 415. Let's give it 10 clicks or so. Now, back to door number 437. Let's see. How about you click on, well, I don't know, the copy machine? All right, back to room 417. I'm really feeling it now. I think we're getting somewhere. Okay, now go climb on employee 419's desk.
How do I climb?
Yes! This is great! You're putting it all on the line, Stanley. I like that. All right, let's keep it up. Go give me a few clicks on door 416.
Yeah. Fuck. Exciting.
We've almost got it! Now the copy machine, do that one again!
Wait. Changed. There is no copy machine. Oh, see.
Finish it off, Stanley! 5 clicks on door 430! Yes! We did it! Oh, wow. That felt amazing.
It's great.
Oh, you really earned it, Stanley. Nothing could hold you back. Yes, I'm very proud of how far we've come today.
Yes.
Just think, only a few minutes ago you believed an achievement was worth 5 little clicks. Really now, what were you thinking? When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Have I been to the right one? I just want to see what happens.
Yet there was not a single person here either.
Other path.
Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might... Oh no, no, not again. I won't be part of this. I'm not going to encourage you. I'm not going to say anything at all. I'm just going to be patient and wait for you to finish whatever it is you enjoy doing so much in this room. Please take your time.
There should be changes. I think that's changes.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. What could it mean? Stanley wondered aloud to nobody. He began wildly tearing through papers on the boss's desk, pulling books off the shelf, looking behind paintings, desperate for clues to his situation. But his attention was caught by a keypad behind the boss's desk. What could its purpose be? In fact, Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk. That kind of anxiety isn't healthy, so he relaxed for a few moments with some calming New Age music. Feeling soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
Loading.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility. Although this passageway had the word Escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death. The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
Now let's go back to the...
But of course, Stanley thought better of it and realized he simply had too much to live for.
Walking. Shit. Great.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out? Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers, the lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing. This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
Now what?
No, he refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never! It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
I will. Four. I guess I just had to come do this otherwise. Big red button. No. I need a 3. And then I need a 4. No. Is it a 5th button too? Was there? Made a whole circle. Fifth button. Here, there you go. 5.
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
What is the honor of?
Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you? After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted? Control? Oh, Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system. In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are said to explode, eliminating the entire complex. How long until detonation then? Let's say 2 minutes. Ah, now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your time to shine. You are the star. It's your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires. Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it. Mere moments until the bomb goes off. But what precious moments each one of them is. More time to talk about you, about me, where we're going, what all this means. I barely know where to start. What's that? You'd like to know where your co-workers are? A moment of solace before you're obliterated? All right, I'm in a good mood. You're going to die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them. I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone. Other times, I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp. I have to say this, though, this version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate to see it go. But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go-around will be even better. My goodness, only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock. Why not? These are precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees. Oh dear me, what's the matter, Stanley? Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now? Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off? I mean, look at you. Running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room. These numbered buttons, no, these colored ones, or maybe this big red button, or this door. Everything, anything, something here will save me. Why would you think that, Stanley? That this video game can be beaten? Won? Solved? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is? Stanley, you're in for quite a disappointment. But here's a spoiler for you. That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds ticking away to your death. You're only still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every moment that you're powerless. To see you made humble. This is not a challenge. It's a tragedy. You wanted to control this world, that's fine. But I'm going to destroy it first, so you can't. Take a look at the clock, Stanley. That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle. 30 seconds until a big boom and then nothing. No ending here, just you being blown to pieces. Will you cling desperately to your frail life, or will you let it go peacefully? Another choice. Make it count. Or don't. It's all the same to me, all a part of the joke. And believe me, I will be laughing at every second of your inevitable life from the moment we fade in until the moment I say, happily ever after.
Fucking died there, okay.
Even now, Stanley's office was a distant memory. What did it look like? There was a computer, perhaps, and a painting. Was it a painting or a photo? He could no longer recall. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Because the boss knows that the boss says goes last instead. That's what the boss chose.
Okay, I think we all know the drill by now. Blah, blah, blah. Dark secrets, the keypad. Stanley pushes some buttons. Oh, hey, look, it's a new passageway. Quelle surprise.
Skip.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility. The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out? Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing. This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No, he refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never! It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Stop, press off.
Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over? Yes! He had won! He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him, for it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door. Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. and Stanley was happy.
Wait, I beat the game? The fuck, that's all? There is no endings to it, right? That's the thing. Alright then. I think we'll do different endings later. But I guess this is it for the stream. So yeah.